Pike grab of the century, stripeless perch are a thing, and the one that got away, almost. We got that and more coming up right now in Target Walleye's Top 5 presented by Seafoam. Let's dive on in. Do your fishing buddies have your back like this? Tanner Talbot had the pike grab of the century. Dude freaking went for it 110%. All I know is the next time I'm soaking flags on Lake of the Woods, I want this dude on my team. He said he didn't really have to lip it, but that you never really know how good they're hooked when they're thrashing around down below the hole. And in case you're wondering, here's what the aftermath looked like. Bass thumb? That's cute. If you're not following Tanner on Instagram, you have to. That dude is a savage. Number 2. Have you ever seen a stripeless perch before? A perch without stripes? I was sent these first pics from Ryan Bush in South Dakota, who caught and released this strange critter, hoping that he could catch it again another day when it was 13 or 14 inches. First, I gotta say that Ryan catches so many big fish, I was actually more taken back by the fact that he caught a small one, let alone what it looked like. Okay, now back to the whole being stripeless thing. I had never seen a stripeless perch before, so I shared that picture in the Target Walleye email to our 200,000 subscribers, and what do you know, stripeless perch pics came firing back at me, so these next two are the two biggest that I've seen ever. The first is coming from Clam Pro Steve Barry, who caught this naked jumbotron that was just over 14 inches, and he said it clobbered his number 3 Rapala Ultralight Rip and Wrap. And then look at this thick freak of nature caught with Lake Gogebic guy Justin Sofa. I mean, have you ever seen anything like it? And don't tell me I'm overreacting, because I'm basically an expert in knowing when things should have stripes but don't. Number 3. So there must not be any fish limits in Siberia because that's not firewood. It looks like some type of pike, and man am I glad that I don't have to take the Y bones out of that whole stack. Now the first thing that came to mind is that's sort of how bison were managed back in the late 1800s.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Second thing that came to mind, I know a handful of lakes in north central Minnesota that could probably use a cleaning out like that. Number 4. If you recently lost an ice fishing rod on Lake of the Woods, we found it with a surprise attached.
Hey, there's a fish. Oh, it's a big one.
What?
Or is it big?
It's
yeah.
a burbot! No way! A couple weeks back, we were fishing in a Sportsman's Lodge day house when my buddy Christian Hoffman hooked up with something heavy. He actually ended up snagging an ice fishing rod combo that somebody else had lost down the hole, and reeling it in, found out there was still a burbot attached to it. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to my live scope during the first half of that battle, but now looking back at the footage and seeing that thing coming off bottom, it is so obvious that it was a rod and reel. It's crazy where sonar has come nowadays. Oh yeah, and much love to Burbot, aka Eel Pout. I'm glad to see they're finally getting respect from anglers. Number 5. Here's another one that got away story, and Jack Harrington wrote the ending. Can you believe that this pike actually bit his bait and got it with that floating fish gripper still stuck in its snoot? No idea how long it was swimming around like that, but apparently it was healthy and eating, and Jack said that those grippers cleaned up nicely, which is just a nice little bonus score on the day.
Excellent!
That wraps up this week's Top 5. A big shout out to Seafoam for keeping us running smooth and making this video series possible. And if you want more walleye and ice fishing related content like this, sign up for our free Target Walleye emails at targetwalleye.com. I'll see you back in 7.